I'm going to wait my chance and get that map out before anyone sees it. But he didn't have a chance, because something dreadful happened. Uncle Quentin sold the old box to a man who bought antique things. He came out from his study, beaming, a day or two after the excitement began, and told Aunt Fanny and the children. "I've struck a very good bargain with that man," he said to his wife. "You know that old tin-lined box from the wreck? Well, this fellow collects curious things like that, and he gave me a very good price for it." "Very good indeed. More even than I could expect for the writing of my book." As soon as he saw the old map there and the old diary, he said at once that he would buy the whole collection. The children stared at him in horror. The box was sold. Now someone would study that map and perhaps jump to what ingots meant. The story of the lost gold had been put into all the newspapers now. Nobody could fail to know what the map showed if they studied it carefully. The children did not dare to tell Uncle Quentin what they knew. It was true he was all smiles now, and was promising to buy them new shrimping nets, and a raft for themselves, but he was such a changeable person. He might fly into a furious temper if he heard that Julian had taken the box and opened it himself, while his uncle was sleeping. When they were alone, the children discussed the whole matter. It seemed very serious indeed to them. They half wondered if they should let Aunt Fanny into the secret, but it was such a precious secret, and so marvelous, that they felt they didn't want to give it away to anyone at all. "Now listen," said Julian, at last. "We'll ask Aunt Fanny if we can go to Kieran Island and spend a day or two there, sleep there at night too, I mean. That will give us a little time to poke round and see what we can find. The sightseers won't come after a day or two, I'm sure. Maybe we'll get in before anyone tumbles to our secret. After all, the man who brought the box may not even guess that the map shows Kieran Castle." They felt more cheerful. It was so awful to do nothing. As soon as they had planned to act, they felt better. They decided to ask their aunt the next day if they might go and spend the weekend at the castle. The weather was gloriously fine, and it would be great fun. They could take plenty of food with them. When they went to ask Aunt Fanny, Uncle Quentin was with her. He was all smiles again, and even clapped Julian on the back. "Well?" he said. "What's this deputation for?" "We just wanted to ask Aunt Fanny something," said Julian, politely. "Aunt Fanny, as the weather is so fine, do you think you would let us go for the weekend to Kieran Castle, please, and spend a day or two there on the island?" "You can't think how we would love to." "Well, what do you think, Quentin?" asked their aunt, turning to her husband. "If they want to, they can," said Uncle Quentin. "They won't have a chance to, soon. My dears, we had a marvelous offer for Kieran Island. A man wants to buy it, rebuild the castle as a hotel, and make it into a proper holiday place. What do you think of that?" All four children stared at the smiling man, shocked and horrified. Somebody was going to buy the island. Had their secret been discovered? Did the man want to buy the castle because he had read the map, and knew there was plenty of gold hidden there? George gave a curious choke. Her eyes burned as if they were on fire. "Mother! You can't sell my island. You can't sell my castle. I won't let them be sold." Her father frowned. "Don't be silly, Georgina," he said. "It isn't really yours. You know that. It belongs to your mother, and naturally she would like to sell it if she could. We need the money very badly. You will be able to have a great many nice things once we sell the island." "I don't want nice things," cried poor George. "My castle and my island are the nicest things I could ever have."